Hey guys, welcome to the Daily Devo. I'm Brent, and today we're going to talk about joy. So one of my favorite sermon series we've ever done as a church at Cornerstone is a sermon series entitled Unfair Advantage. It was during this series that you and I had the chance to learn how as believers, we've got access to someone special. And that person is the Holy Spirit. You see, he lives on the inside of us, leading, guiding, and even correcting us in our everyday lives. He's what I like to call the X factor. He's the unfair advantage. Well, one of the unfair advantages that the Holy Spirit gives you and I is the ability to have joy. Joy even in the midst of sorrow. In Galatians 5:22, Paul says that joy is a fruit in our lives that is produced by the Holy Spirit. What I find interesting is that Paul didn't say happiness was a fruit that was produced in our lives. You see, the truth is, I want to be happy. We all want to be happy. But the reason why happiness isn't a fruit of the Spirit is because happiness comes from the things around us. You see, as long as our health is good, our finances are strong, and we're in a good place in life, it's easy to be happy. But what if suddenly your health isn't good, your finances aren't strong, and you're no longer in a good place in life? This is the moment as a believer where we may not be happy, but the joy of the Lord becomes our strength. You see, joy becomes the very fruit that gets us through life's toughest seasons. Recently, I met a man who attends our church. He serves on our prayer team. And with the biggest smile on his face, in our conversation, he told me that this was one of his first times back to church. You see, in 2020, he was unfortunately diagnosed with cancer. So he's considered an at-risk person. And I asked him if he was cancer-free. And y'all, with the biggest smile on his face, he said no. He said, my doctors won't tell me that I'm cancer-free. But as of today, they can't find any cancer. What I love about this man is the fact that he's technically still in his fight against cancer. And despite being diagnosed with what can be a deadly sickness, this man radiates with the joy of the Lord. It's because his joy isn't determined by his health. His joy is determined by his faith in Jesus. I don't know what the days or the weeks or the months ahead look like for you, but if they get difficult, I want to remind you that joy is a fruit that can be picked. So today, choose joy. It's the unfair advantage.